Good evening, everyone. I'd like to welcome you to the Otsego City Council meeting. Tonight is Monday, July 11th. Audra, can you have the record show that our city attorney is absent, our city planner is absent, our city engineer is absent? Present is Councilmember Gades, Councilmember Darkenwald, Councilmember Dahl is absent, and Councilmember Morris is present, along with our assistant city administrator and our administrator. I will ask you all to join us for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Our first item of business this evening is our open forum. This is the portion of the meeting where residents can come to the podium and state their name and address and limit comments to 5 minutes or less. Would anyone like to speak at this time? Perfect.
Hello, I'm Jeannie Holland, and I'm here to let you know that I'm running for the new District 3 County Commissioner. I live in Albertville. I grew up in St. Michael, a lifelong resident of Wright County. I have 5 kids. They're all married. I have 15 grandkids, 2 on the way. Living, all but one is living in the Wright County area. And I had one son that lived in Otsego and loved it and had to move out because his family was getting too big. And so then they had to buy land in St. Michael. He was very sad because he still keeps in contact with his Otsego neighbors. My husband, I've been married to for 40 years, and he was a Wright County deputy. And in fact, loved working the day shift for Otsego for like 10 years before he went into the courts. He recently retired, and so that gave me his blessing to run for county commissioner. That way I won't be his boss. But I'm really excited. Originally I was, when they were redistricting, I thought, wow, I went to the county commissioner board meeting and thought, this is a really good fit because Albertville and Otsego share so many things, zip codes and fire chief and so much integral farm land and farm families. And so I was really excited the new prospect of having this new district. And so then never intending to run for the county commissioner. And I thought, it's really intriguing because I think Otsego and Albertville, it's a really good fit. I do like Otsego for the fact that you guys are like now showing Wright County that you are like a force to be reckoned with, because I think for the longest time, you guys were the forgotten child of Wright County. Now you're the biggest city in Wright County, and you definitely have the most roundabouts of any city in Wright County. But we love, my husband and I love to bike around Otsego, and we love like going to your restaurants. And so I'm very excited to represent Otsego and Albertville in this position. I don't have any flyers because there's sadly still the printer, and my printer didn't have ink, so I couldn't. But I do want to keep that small community feel as a commissioner. I served 14 years at the St. Michael School Board, STMA School Board, and that was kind of what I ran on. I think people move to this community knowing what the small town feel and knowing that it's a safe community and like young families. And I'm excited because I know what my young families want, and it is definitely lower taxes. We want to keep those taxes lower for the young families. And not only that, but the people that have lived here, the farmers, the existing members of Otsego and Albertville. Also, because my husband's a retired deputy, I do think we are so lucky to have a good sheriff's department. And I want to make sure that we retain, because retention right now is key. and, um, and also support the deputies on the ground, especially I really am gonna push for body cams. We need body cams on all these deputies. It's way too late. I mean, we're getting to the point where if we don't do this soon, we're gonna be in trouble as a county. And that we don't want to see a negative light in Wright County, but we also know that the metro is moving in. So there's, there's so many things that we as a growing district and county have to deal with. And I think coming from being a resident and knowing that the metro is moving out, but then knowing why they're moving out. And I really hope to embody all those, the mission of why we are living in Otsego and Albertville. Does anybody have any questions?
Madam Mayor,
Yes.
when you talk about the mission that Wright County has, and more specifically our district, what do you think that mission is?
Well, I see so many new houses, and like coming from St. Michael, there's a lot of people that were born and raised in St. Michael, and they don't like the new growth. But when growing up, I always told my kids when they were going through school, I said, you know what, these people are moving out to our area for what we have. And we want to embrace that. So we want to embrace the growth, but we don't necessarily want it to be metro. We want to keep that small town, like everybody knows their neighbor, everybody feels safe in their neighborhood, and everybody feels like it's a great way to raise their families. And in addition, support the people that live here. So everybody feels like they're a part of what we have.
Do you think the city of Otsego has been doing that, or?
I do.
Okay.
Oh yeah. I really feel that small town flavor here. And like my son, when he moved, he said, I like neighbors and like so many people that I've talked to, all the different neighborhoods, they all feel like they feel accepted, and they feel like they're a part of something bigger. And that's what I want. And that's what I want for the county to feel, because sometimes this east end gets a bad rap on the other end of Wright County. And we still need to support the farmers on the other end of the county, but we also need them to know that, you know what, we do need to accept the growth, because these people are coming here for a reason, and that we have something good here in Wright County. And that's the reason they're coming. And that's what I want to keep. I want that feel to stay here.
Yeah. No, and I can appreciate that, because a lot of what we have to deal with, and that you would have to deal with if you're county commissioner, is having to deal with that balance.
Yeah.
I think I'm one of the only people here, if not the only person here, that was actually born in Otsego, and a lot of people
Yeah,
have
Tom.
moved here.
Yes.
Since then.
So you feel the
for
same
them.
way. Yeah.
And
You see,
it's finding that balance between, like you said, the farmers, those
Yep.
people that have toiled in the soil for all those years, and
yes.
being able to reap the rewards, but also at the same time, welcoming those people that are new to our community.
Exactly, Tom. I agree with that. Yeah. And I feel that I do like the growth, because it does, like we're getting good roads because we're having people move in, and we have a really good sheriff's department because we have the money from the taxes from this end of the county that supplies the money for the whole county. When you look at the demographics of things, so we have to make sure that we're not burdening these young families. Every time I look at my property tax, it's not pretty. So, just that balance of remembering always who's paying those taxes and making sure we rein that in for the families to be able to stay here, because you know what? Sherburne County is a little cheaper and we don't want them to keep moving. You know, we want them to stay here.
Does anyone else have anything? Thank you for coming.
Yeah, thank you guys for your time, and I appreciate if you go out and vote on the primary on the 9th of August.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Jeannie.
All right, we're still under open forum. Does anyone have any other comments, either online or in the audience? All right, we will close the open forum and move on to item 2 to consider our agenda for approval. Does anyone have anything that they'd like to add or delete at this time? Okay, and we need a motion.
Madam Mayor,
Yes.
I'm going to approve the agenda as written.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion by Brittany, seconded by Tina. Is there any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Our next item is our consent agenda.
Madam Mayor,
Yes.
I'll move to approve the consent agenda as written.
Is there a second? I will second it. Motion by Brittany, seconded by Jessica. Is there any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. The consent agenda passes. Moving on to item 4, city council reports and updates. Does anyone have anything? All right, we'll move on to item 5. It's a very short meeting
Yeah.
tonight. Item 5, staff reports and updates.
I think this might be one of your.
I know,
Very good.
you better talk fast, just Sabrina.
Thank you, Mayor. No updates.
All right. Oh, Adam, he's got a long list.
We got one down,
Yeah.
not an update, but City Planner Lick did send an email out earlier today. We have a developer
Right.
requesting a meeting for Monday, the 18th. I do know that Councilmember Dahl is not available, and it sounds like Mayor, you are
I'm
not
done
available.
too.
And I
So-
might not be available either.
So that,
With only 3 of you, we need 100% certainty, and it doesn't sound like we have that, so
so let them know, they'll just have to move it to the next Monday.
fair enough.
All right.
That's all I have, Mayor.
Wow, perfect. All right, Audra.
Thank you, Mayor. I have nothing to report.
All right. Jason, let's keep the streak going. Come
Uh-oh.
on. Oh, gosh. Just kidding.
Now I know why you were fixing everything up here.
This is the earliest I've had to come up here.
I know.
I have 48 minutes to fill.
So are we gonna get a PowerPoint presentation?
We'll hold off on my PowerPoints for once a month at public safety. That's- No, I'm still trying to kind of compile the list of everything that happened over the weekend, the last 2 weekends, obviously 2 of the busier weekends just over the course of the entire year. I know last year, so 2021, those 2 weekends were the 2 busiest weekends that Otsego had ever had. So I'm still trying to take a look at the numbers here. I didn't have time to even look at that stuff. I was trying to compile just the Monday morning stuff for our command staff when they checked in on Monday to see kind of the storm that we had over the weekend. So you guys know my opinions on fireworks. We dealt with a lot of complaints over the course of the last 2-3 weekends. Fortunately, that we hadn't had any serious issues beyond just the complaints and general, I guess, quality of life that comes with noise and disturbances from them. So we didn't have to page out the fire department like a couple other cities had to for some issues. But beyond that, just going at it.
Does anyone have anything for Jason? Thank you.
Thanks, Jason.
Thanks, Jason.
All right. If no one has anything else, then a motion to adjourn would be in order.
Second.
Motion by Tom, seconded by Tina. Is there any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. The meeting is ended. Thank you all for attending. And I think this might be a record. For me,
you.
for
I think
me,
it is.
for me.
Yeah, for
I mean,
you.
when you do,